Hello my dear students, this is Akash HD. Welcome to the HD physics classes. Hope so you all are doing really great. So students, in this video we are going to see the most important Rutherford alpha particle scattering experiment. We will also see the important definitions like distance of closest approach, impact parameter, and the end of the video we will see the limitations of Rutherford model also directly comes in exam. Okay, so let's start the video. So here you can see the first one is Rutherford's alpha particle scattering experiment. So here in this Rutherford has used the which particle? Alpha particle. Remember that alpha particle is a double ionized helium ion, the most important. Okay, and charge on the alpha particle is a plus 2e. Okay, this is the basic. Now after that we will see the who has performed this experiment. Okay, so see, under the guidance of Rutherford, H. Geiger and E. Marsden performed this experiment as shown. Okay, remember the name of the scientist, directly they ask in a question. Okay, so remember that. After that, let's see the introduction of this experimental setup. Okay, so see now. A collimated beam of 5.5 mega electron volt alpha particles emitted by radioactive material bismuth are allowed to fall on a gold foil. Here you can see one gold foil is there. Okay, so allowed to fall on a gold foil. What is the atomic number of the gold? 79. Remember that here. Of thickness 2.1 into 10 to the power minus 7 meter. Okay, so can you see here? This is the source of alpha particle. Then from the source, what is there? Alpha particles beam will come, and here you can see one very thin, this very thin gold foil is there. Is it? And this beam of alpha particles are going to pass through this thin gold foil. Then what will happen that here so many, actually most of the alpha particle will pass this gold foil here, and here you can see most of the alpha particles will get here, that is the small scattering angle. And very less alpha particle, what will happen that here they will deflect at large angle. So you can see here this is the central line, and all the angles are measured from the central line. Okay, so see this is the central line, and here now, so very few number of alpha particles will come this side, or maybe very small number of alpha particle will bounce back. So here you can see the backward scattering is there. Okay, so when the alpha particle will fall on the zinc sulfide screen, then it will produces the flashes. Okay, and that will be observed by the microscope. Overall, this zinc sulfide screen and microscope is called the detector. Okay, remember that. Now after that, what is given here? See in this. So see, the scattered alpha particles produces light flashes on a zinc sulfide screen, which are observed by a microscope as I have explained you. Okay, so in this experiment, kindly remember that here 5 mega electron alpha particles are used, bismuth atomic number and mass number, remember that here. And after that, what is the thickness of the gold foil? Sometimes in the exam they will ask directly. So what is the thickness? 2.1 into 10 to the power minus 7 meter. Okay, kindly see very well. In the exam, as it is, you can write, you will get the full marks. Okay, after that we can see what are the observations and conclusions are there. So see here the first observation and conclusion. So see, as I have told you, most of the alpha particles went straight through the gold foil, which concludes that most of the atom is hollow, in which electrons are revolving. Later we will see this model has told electrons are revolving in a spiral path, but that we know as of now wrong, is it? So this is the thing. Next one, let's see here. Few alpha particles deflected through large scattering angles theta, which concludes that entire positive charge and almost whole mass of the atom is concentrated in a small center called a nucleus. Okay, and remember that what is the size of the atom? About 10 to the power minus 10 meter. And what is the size of the nucleus? 10 to the power minus 15 meter. Is it? So when few number of alpha particles when bounces back here, see, all this bounces back. So in that situation, what is there? This angle was much more, you can see here. Now this is the new angle is there now, and you can see very well most of the alpha particles went straight. So for them, what will be there? This scattering angle will be approximately 0. Is it? Approximately 0. So in this region, very small scattering angle, in this region large scattering angle, and this region very large scattering angle, and all the angles we have to see from this central line. Okay, from this central line. Okay, remember that here. after that we will just see one diagram is there that you should know very well. So what is that? The diagram is this one here. This is the n number of scattered alpha particles and this is the theta scattering angle. Okay, so in that situation what will be there? The diagram used to be like this diagram used to be there. Okay, and here remember that here mathematically this n was inversely proportional to sine to the power 4 theta by 2. Okay, or we can tell this thing n directly proportional to cosec power 4 theta by 2, is it? So this formula also kindly remember that in the observation and conclusion you can write it here. What is n? N is the number of scattered alpha particle per unit time. Okay, maybe according to the question per unit, they will tell per second, per minute, whatever na, you will take that. And theta is what? Scattering angle. Okay, again you see one more time. Great, and remember this formula also. Okay, so see now the next one what I have told you, the distance of a closest approach. Okay, so let's see now. Distance of closest approach is the minimum distance of alpha particle. How much I have told you charge on the alpha particle? 2e, because this is a double ionized helium ion. Okay, so again let's see. Distance of closest approach is the minimum distance of alpha particle from nucleus at which whole kinetic energy of alpha particle converts into electrostatic potential energy. Okay, and remember that on the nucleus how much charge will be there? Positive charge, where Z is the atomic number. So if in case gold nucleus, charge on the nucleus will be 79e, is it? So this is the basic trajectory. Now when alpha particles are coming like this, you can see here, this is the alpha particles are coming like this here, is it? Then alpha particles will go in different direction. You can see very well here. When it will go along the central line, it will bounce back. Here you can see it will go like this, now, like this. Okay, so this thing, remember that here, all these things. And now we have to talk about what is distance of closest approach. For that I will take here this line of the alpha particle. Okay, so here what will happen, that here see the alpha particle first it will go. So when it will move towards the nucleus, you know very well alpha particle is having the which charge? 2e. Nucleus is having which charge? Ze. Both are positive. That means what will be there? Repulsion will be there. So when the alpha particle will move in this direction, then what will happen? Kinetic energy will decrease and electrostatic potential energy will increase. Okay, and for this central line what will be there? This theta will be 180 degree here. Now for this central line is there. Okay, remember that. Even I can take the example also, just for the example. Let's take here, this is the kinetic energy and this is the potential energy. Okay, so let's take, I have taken just for the example, just for the basic understanding. Let's take here at this instant my kinetic energy is 10 mega electron volt, and let's take somewhere here my energy is how much is there? Let's take 7 mega electron volt, and when let's take when it has reached here, let's take my energy is 0 mega electron volt here, is it? So you can see very well the kinetic energy is decreasing here, and here like this, is it? Now what will happen to the electrostatic potential energy? It will increase. For the example, let's take here what is there, for example 0 mega electron volt, then here it will become here 3 mega electron volt. Let's take here, and when it will reach here, it will become here 10 mega electron volt. So you can see the whole kinetic energy has converted into the electrostatic potential energy. Kinetic energy is decreasing, potential energy is the increasing, is it? So this is the main thing. So if I write here the mathematically, what can I tell that here? Remember that here it is given by kinetic energy is equal to electrostatic potential energy, is it? So now we can write here kinetic energy, I will write here as it is equal to potential energy formula. Remember that here 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught when the particle will reach here, is it? So this is the my alpha particle 2e, the distance between alpha particle and the nucleus. Let's take here how much is there? R naught, is it? And how much charge is there? Here you can see charge on the alpha particle is 2e, charge on the nucleus is Ze by R naught. This is the potential energy formula, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R. So Q1 is 2e, Q2 is Ze, and R is R naught, is it? So from here when I will simplify this distance of closest approach will come 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into 2 Ze square by kinetic energy, is it? Remember the formula. Okay, and after that remember that here in this this distance of closest approach is inversely proportional to kinetic energy. Okay, directly question used to come now, inversely proportional to the kinetic energy. And what is R naught? The minimum distance between alpha particle and nucleus at which whole kinetic energy of alpha particle will convert into electrostatic potential energy. Okay, kindly see, very well, very important, is it? Now after that we will move to the next one. Here you can see the next one is also very important. Impact parameter small b. What is this? Let's see. Perpendicular distance of the initial velocity vector of alpha particle from the central line of nucleus of atom is called impact parameter. Okay, so let's take what is this. This is the nucleus is there now, having charge ZE. This is the central line. Then what is happening that here, let's take alpha particle is moving in this direction. Now this is the alpha particle is there moving in this direction. So here you can see very well what is the initial velocity vector direction. We can see very well the alpha particle is moving along this direction, is it? So this is the initial velocity vector. This is the initial velocity vector. So according to the definition, perpendicular distance of the velocity vector in this direction, is it? So perpendicular distance of the velocity vector from the central line of nucleus is called what? Impact parameter. Okay, and it is given by, remember the formula, B equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Empirical formula is there. Okay, remember that here. ZE square into cot theta by 2 by kinetic energy, is it? So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught ZE square cot theta by 2 by kinetic energy, is it? And one more thing, if we talk about here, this impact parameter is directly proportional to cot theta by 2, or remember that here, inversely proportional to theta, if we will write in terms of only theta. Okay, and this kinetic energy also can be written in a number of forms. So see here, according to the question, kinetic energy I can write here half mv square. Now v is the speed, or we can write here charge, that means charge on the alpha particle 2e into potential v. Okay, so this is the kinetic energy. This kinetic energy formula is applicable for distance of closest approach also. Okay, remember that. Now the most important thing is what? Important point, is it? So see now, when alpha particle moves along central line and retraces its path, for that scattering angle will be 0 degree, then impact parameter is also 0. Okay, so try to understand please. This is the central line, alpha particle is moving along the central line and then it is bouncing back. So for that theta, how much here? Theta is the 180 degree. So you know very well, perpendicular distance of velocity vector from the central line will be how much here? 0. Why? Because alpha particle is moving along the central line. Distance of central line from the central line, how much here? 0, is it? So we can prove mathematically also. See here, B is directly proportional to cot theta by 2. So we can tell here 180 degree by 2. So this will become here proportional to cot 90 degree. And what is the value of the cot 90? 0, is it? So remember that here in this situation, impact parameter will be 0 and this is the minimum value. Okay, remember that, very important. Now after that, in the exam they will ask the limitations of the Rutherford's atomic model. Now in 1 marks, 2 marks they used to ask, remember that here. So see now, limitations of Rutherford's atomic model. First one, very important, unable to explain stability of the atom. So let's see now here. See, electrons revolving around the nucleus have centripetal acceleration, is it? Because circular path is there, centripetal acceleration will be there towards the center. What is the value of the centripetal acceleration? AC equal to V square by R, is it? So see now, according to classical electromagnetic theory, accelerated electrons, generally accelerated charge, okay, so here accelerated electrons must radiate energy in the form of electromagnetic wave. Okay, because whenever any charge accelerates, it will produce electric field, magnetic field and electromagnetic radiation also. Now we have seen that. So this is the thing. So see, due to this continuous loss of energy of electrons, the radii of their orbits should be continuously decreasing following spiral path, and ultimately this electron should fall in the nucleus. Hence atoms should be unstable. Okay, and remember this diagram. What is the diagram is there? You can see the diagram is the spiral path is there. Okay, so for that, see the electron is coming here, the radius will keep on decrease. So see here, the radius is keep on decreasing, and finally what will happen? This electron will fall into the nucleus. So which path is there? Remember that in the exam also, if they will ask write here the spiral path. If in case spiral path option is not there, then you can take the circular path. If in case both option is there, then spiral path first. Spiral path first priority, circular path second priority. Okay, so remember that here spiral path is there. Okay, now next one, what is given here? See, unable to explain line spectrum of atom. So see, what is this? According to classical electromagnetic theory, frequency of EM wave emitted by electron is equal to frequency of revolution of electron. Okay, due to continuous decrease in radii of electron's orbit, the frequency of revolving electron continuously changes. Hence, spectrum of atom should be continuous in nature. Is it? Kindly see very well. So students, according to the second one, what is happening later when you will see in a hydrogen atom, Neil Bohr model, Lyman, Maurer, Paschen, bracket, all this series is there. Then depend upon which orbit to which orbit electron is jumping, we will get the we can tell wavelength of the photon, frequency of photon. But here what is happening, that here as the frequencies keep on changing, that means according to this model, all kinds of frequencies and wavelengths should be there in any atom. But that does not happen in a Neil Bohr model. We have seen that, is it? So this model could not able to explain the line spectrum of atom, and this model could not explain the which one stability of the atom. Is it? So students, I hope so. This video is very clear to you. Keep studying, keep going.